Have you ever thought about why a significant number of older individuals find themselves awake at 3 a.m. and struggle to drift back to sleep? You might find yourself lying in the stillness, gazing at the ceiling, pondering the issues with your body or your mind. The reality is that this occurrence is more prevalent than you realize, and it's not merely a coincidence or a side effect of aging. In this video, we are going to delve into 5 compelling reasons why people often wake up at 3 a.m. as they age, exploring what those early morning awakenings might signify. Each reason unveils deeper insights regarding your body, health, and life experiences. By the conclusion of this video, you may gain a fresh perspective on your sleep. These explanations go beyond mere surface observations. They are grounded in genuine physiology, psychology, and the age-related patterns that many individuals remain unaware of. We will discuss shifts in hormone levels, alterations in sleep habits, health issues, as well as emotional and social factors that may subtly influence your sleep patterns. Our approach will be straightforward, empowering, and profoundly respectful of your life journey thus far. Therefore, if you have ever found yourself waking at 3 a.m. and questioning why, you are in the ideal spot. Stick around until the end because the insights you gain here could not only enhance your sleep, but also aid you in understanding and appreciating your body's current state. Now let's dive in. First, lowering melatonin production. One of the most straightforward explanations for why older adults frequently wake during the night, particularly around 3 a.m., is the natural reduction in melatonin levels that occurs with aging. Melatonin is the hormone responsible for regulating our sleep-wake cycle, often referred to as the body's internal clock, and it significantly contributes to your ability to fall asleep and remain asleep. In your younger days, your body likely generated a robust and consistent amount of melatonin each night, which allowed you to experience lengthy periods of deep, uninterrupted slumber. However, as time passes, your body begins to produce less of this hormone, resulting in tangible effects on your sleep quality. While you may still fall asleep swiftly at night, particularly after an active day or a calming evening, by the early morning hours, 2 a.m., 3 a.m., or even 4 a.m., the natural levels of melatonin may fall too low to maintain that restful state. You might awaken not due to a disruptive sound or a dream, but rather because your brain is gradually transitioning back to wakefulness without sufficient melatonin to keep you asleep. This isn't indicative of any wrongdoing on your part, nor does it suggest your body is failing. It merely signifies that your internal chemistry is evolving as you age. Furthermore, the sleeping environment can exacerbate this impact. Even minimal illumination from a streetlight outside, a flashing clock on the bedside table, or a light seeped under the door can hinder melatonin production even more. As you grow older, your body becomes increasingly responsive to environmental cues, making those early morning awakenings feel even more exasperating. Consider Harold, now 72, who has always viewed himself as a sound sleeper. Recently, however, he frequently finds himself wide awake at approximately 3:15 a.m. most nights. He experiences no anxiety or distress, simply a sharp awareness, as if it's time to begin the day. Once he realized this was not a personal failing, but a typical aspect of aging related to melatonin, he ceased to criticize himself and began to modify his routines. He now maintains a darker bedroom, refrains from screen time an hour prior to sleep, and enjoys a brief walk in the evening to reinforce his natural circadian rhythm. These minor adjustments assist in signaling to his body that night persists, and although he still wakes early, he has learned to collaborate with his body rather than resist it. This comprehension can be transformative. When you recognize that early rising may not be a personal flaw, but rather a natural chemical transition, you can implement strategies to enhance your sleep rather than resent your body. This represents the strength of awareness. It transforms frustration into kindness and enables you to make more thoughtful choices about your nighttime care. Secondly, consider the altered sleep cycle and advanced sleep phase. A notable factor contributing to older individuals awakening around 3 a.m. is the innate shift in the body's internal clock. This phenomenon, referred to as advanced sleep phase, occurs as we age, causing our circadian rhythms to advance. Consequently, We may start to feel drowsy earlier in the evening and awaken sooner in the morning. You might find yourself dozing off during a late night film or rousing without an alarm at dawn, even on those mornings when you'd prefer extra sleep. This transition is not merely a change in habit, it is fundamentally biological and can become more pronounced as the years progress. In youth, the body's rhythm typically aligns with a later bedtime and a wake time that feels more synchronized with daylight. However, as this rhythm propels forward, the sleep window naturally shifts earlier. You might inadvertently drift off by 9 p.m. or earlier, which indicates that your body has completed a full rest cycle by 3 a.m. This could explain why you find yourself alert during the night, sensing that your rest is sufficient, even when it's still dark outside. This occurrence doesn't imply any issues with your health. It simply illustrates that your body has adopted a new schedule. Envision it as a clock that has gradually adjusted over the years, gaining a bit more time with each season. While this shift isn't harmful, it can lead to frustration if your personal lifestyle, family habits, or individual preferences clash with this altered rhythm. There also exists a subtle psychological aspect to this transition. Numerous older adults reside in quieter environments or spend more time in solitude. Such tranquil settings can enhance the body's signals to relax earlier, especially in the absence of the constant activity or noise that may have once postponed bedtime. Your body initiates its nightly unwind process considerably earlier. If you're not engaged in full-time employment or adhering to a strict daily regimen, the absence of external time indicators like meetings, commutes, or social events can intensify this internal adjustment. Consider someone like Charles, who is 68 and has retired. He typically dines around 5:30 p.m. and watches television for an hour before retiring for the night. By 9 p.m., he falls asleep, and by 3 a.m., his body is naturally primed to awaken. He doesn't experience anxiety or stress, he simply feels alert. Initially, he suspected he had insomnia, but upon discovering advanced sleep phase, he understood that his sleep wasn't disrupted. Rather, it was merely rescheduled. Charles began modifying his evening routine to extend his wakefulness slightly, indulging in a book with soft lighting, enjoying a gentle stroll post-dinner, and occasionally calling his daughter for a brief chat before sleep. These minor social and sensory interactions assist in elongating his sleep window, gradually adjusting his wake-up time nearer to dawn. Consequently, he experiences fewer 3 a.m. awakenings and achieves a greater sense of harmony with his daily life. This natural alteration in sleep cycles is a common experience among many older adults, yet few discuss it. Acknowledging this reality can alleviate much of the guilt or bewilderment and foster a kinder approach to collaborating with your body rather than resisting it. If you are waking at around 3 a.m. and feel as though you have managed a complete night's sleep, your body might just be on an earlier schedule now. Recognizing this allows you to begin shaping your routines in ways that enhance your well-being. If you're still watching this video and find these insights useful, please comment with number 2 below to indicate you're present. If you haven't subscribed yet, I suggest doing so and activating the notification bell so you can stay updated with our latest videos. Your backing enables us to keep producing quality content that aims to inform and inspire you. Now, let's continue. The third point involves physical discomfort and health-related disturbances. A frequent reason that elderly individuals awaken around 3 a.m. is their bodies reacting to physical discomfort or underlying health issues that tend to emerge during the serene hours of the night. As we age, the likelihood of encountering chronic ailments or subtle health concerns rises. Many of these ailments can disrupt sleep without any loud alerts. They can quietly infiltrate your rest, manifesting as a sore joint, a full bladder, or a sudden sharp pain in the back. This can be enough to pull you from a tranquil state in the middle of the night. Take arthritis, for instance. It makes remaining in one position uncomfortable over several hours. You might not discern the discomfort as you initially drift off, but after lying still for a while, those painful sensations can accumulate enough to wake you. For some, nighttime acid reflux can pull them from slumber, particularly if dinner was consumed too late or if they reclined too soon afterward. Even seemingly minor issues like dry mouth, muscle cramps, or a minor adjustment in room temperature can provoke a light awakening in the early hours when your body's defenses are already more sensitive and less tolerant than before. One prevalent physical reason why older men find themselves awake at 3 a.m. is the need to urinate. With aging, the bladder loses elasticity, and the urgency to relieve it can become more sudden and frequent. This sensation might not be felt during the day when distractions occupy your mind, but at 3 a.m., in a dark and quiet setting, it becomes unavoidable. Moreover, once you rise and move about, even if it's just to head to the restroom, your body may transition from deep relaxation to light alertness, complicating the process of falling back asleep. Additionally, there's the matter of medications. Many seniors regularly take them for blood pressure, heart health, or pain relief. These medications can have side effects, such as frequent urination, fluctuations in body temperature, or heightened sensitivity to noise or light, all of which can subtly influence sleep quality. You might not notice the link between your medication and your sleep patterns until someone highlights it or you start monitoring your habits more attentively. Consider Elinor, a 76-year-old woman who has always slept lightly. In the past year, she began waking up regularly around 3:30 a.m. After months of attributing it to aging, she consulted her doctor and found out that one of her medications was affecting her hydration and increasing her nighttime bathroom visits. With her doctor's guidance, she modified her dosage schedule, incorporated some lifestyle tweaks, and now wakes up less often, falling back asleep more easily when she does. A crucial point to bear in mind is that physical awakenings do not signify your body is failing. Instead, they indicate that your body is functioning as it should. It's responding, notifying, and adapting. These signals can direct you toward enhanced care, more educated decisions, and a heightened awareness of your own health. Rising at 3 a.m. may seem like a nuisance, yet it can also serve as a gentle reminder to check in, assess your situation, and implement minor adjustments that promote improved wellness and restorative sleep. Next, let's explore the lifestyle choices that can alter your sleep pattern. Another significant but frequently overlooked factor causing older adults to wake at 3 a.m. is long established daily routines. Small habits and decisions gradually reshape your internal clock. Many older adults intuitively start having dinner earlier, winding down in the evening, and engaging in less physical activity throughout the day. These seemingly insignificant changes build up over time and can communicate to the body that nighttime should commence earlier, which inevitably results in an earlier waking time as well. As your days become more subdued, especially post-retirement, your body loses the external signals it once depended on, such as commuting, running errands, or engaging in stimulating physical or mental activities. In the absence of these cues, the body's sleep-wake cycle may shift forward. A peaceful, dimly lit evening with limited stimulation might prompt your brain to produce melatonin sooner, leading you to drift off to sleep before you've even noticed it's 9 p.m. And once you fall asleep earlier, your body tends to complete its rest earlier as well. As a result, you find yourself waking during those tranquil pre-dawn hours, typically around 3 a.m. Additionally, there exists a nuanced connection between meal timing and the quality of sleep. While having dinner early is generally beneficial, it may sometimes result in a drop in blood sugar levels overnight, particularly if you don't have a light snack before sleeping. This dip might not be perceived as hunger, yet it can still wake the body from slumber. Likewise, caffeine consumed, even in the early afternoon, can remain in your system longer, especially as metabolic rates decrease with age, subtly disrupting your sleep and increasing your vulnerability to waking up at every little disturbance. For Walter, who is 74 and just retired, these transitions occurred gradually. His days became less regimented, while his evenings turned increasingly leisurely. He found himself eating dinner at 5 p.m., dozing off in his recliner during the evening news, and heading to sleep before most nights hit 9 p.m. Unbeknownst to him, his entire schedule had shifted a few hours earlier. Before long, he started waking up at approximately 3 a.m., baffled by his alertness before the birds even began their morning songs. After reflecting on his habits, Walter started making minor changes, such as incorporating a brief walk in the afternoons, out reading in brighter lighting during the evenings, and steering clear of naps post-dinner. Let me know if you'd like this formatted into a PDF or document file. These adjustments aided in pushing his natural sleep window a bit later, enabling his body to adapt to a rhythm that better matched his desired wake-up time. What's striking is how frequently we underestimate the impact of routine. Our bodies yearn for consistency, daily rhythms that serve as cues to inform the brain when it's time to sleep and when it's time to wake. As those signals diminish or alter, the internal clock can misalign, resulting in sleep that starts earlier and becomes fragmented. However, by recognizing these patterns and implementing mindful changes, it's feasible to gently steer the body back toward a sleep cycle that feels more restorative and less disturbed. If you're still watching this video and valuing these insights, please comment number 4 below to indicate your presence. Furthermore, if you haven't yet subscribed, I suggest you do so and activate the notification bell so you won't miss any future videos. Your support is crucial in helping us continue providing valuable content to educate and motivate you. Now let's proceed. Number 5, emotional and psychological unrest. Sometimes, waking up at 3 a.m. has less to do with the physical realm and more with the mental space. As we age, emotional issues that were once suppressed by the demands of everyday life can begin to emerge in the peaceful hours of the night. These early morning moments, when the world is tranquil and distractions are minimal, often become the platform for unvoiced concerns, regrets, or desires to bubble up. You might find yourself awake, not due to noise or discomfort, but because your mind is silently sifting through memories, lingering thoughts, or subtle worries you may not have realized were still present. This type of restlessness differs from the intense anxiety commonly experienced in youth. It's more subdued, more contemplative. It may manifest as a gentle hum in the background, an awareness that something feels off, even if you can't quite put your finger on it. When the mind is not actively busy, it often drifts back to old relationships, prior choices, endured losses, or things left unsaid. As the body no longer hurries from one task to the next, there's an opportunity for thoughts to resonate more clearly. It's crucial to acknowledge that solitude can influence this situation. For numerous seniors, social networks tend to diminish over time. Children relocate, friends get occupied, and routines shift. Daytime may buzz with activity and brightness, but the night brings stillness, revealing that emotional void. This particular form of solitude doesn't always carry a heavy weight. At times, it manifests as a yearning for connection or a subtle longing for someone to converse with when the home is quiet. Take someone like Gloria, an 80-year-old widow. Throughout the day, she stays occupied by nurturing her garden, calling her grandchildren, and enjoying her favorite programs. However, around 3 a.m., she frequently finds herself awake with her thoughts, reflecting on memories with her late husband or confronting worries she sets aside during the day. Initially, she believed there was an issue with her sleep. Yet over time, she realized that her early awakenings were not about sleep itself. It was her heart seeking recognition. To care for herself, Gloria began to keep a small journal by her bedside. When she awakens, she sometimes jots down what occupies her mind. Nothing elaborate, just a few sincere reflections. She also incorporated a calming evening routine, such as listening to gentle music or writing a brief note to a friend. These small moments of introspection and connection provided her feelings with a soft outlet, calming her thoughts and aiding her in falling back asleep with greater tranquility. The reality is that the human heart does not adhere to a rigid timetable. It clings to what it chooses to remember, poses the essential questions when necessary, and occasionally engages in this process at 3 a.m. when silence prevails. However, this is not a deficiency. It signifies depth. If you find yourself awake and contemplative, it could indicate that you're harboring insights ready for recognition. You have experienced both joy and sorrow, and these encounters shape not just your recollections, but fundamentally your identity. Instead of perceiving these awakenings as issues to resolve, consider approaching them with curiosity and compassion. What messages is your mind conveying? What needs expression? What aspect of you requires a bit of grace during the night? Sometimes, the most significant form of rest comes not from bypassing these moments, but from honoring them. By embracing this approach, you may discover not only enhanced sleep, but also a deeper comprehension of yourself during this phase of life. In closing thoughts, as this video concludes, take a moment for quiet reflection on what you have just absorbed. Which part resonated with you the most? Was it the alteration in your internal clock, the nuanced shifts in your health, or perhaps something more profound, an emotional cadence that reveals itself solely in stillness? Each of these five explanations provides a distinct perspective on understanding your early morning awakenings. None of them indicate something amiss or damaged. Rather, each illustrates the vitality with which your body and mind continue to function, respond, and adapt as you navigate this stage of life. There is a subtle strength in recognizing what your body is communicating, especially during those serene hours before dawn. Instead of viewing 3 a.m. awakenings as an annoyance, you might start to regard them as messages, gentle reminders urging you to pay closer attention to your needs, habits, and feelings. You are not alone in this journey, nor are you the only one seeking clarity. With understanding comes empowerment, and with empowerment arises the ability to make small yet significant changes that foster improved rest, deeper comfort, and a better connection to your natural rhythms. If you found yourself reflecting on any of these points today, understand that you are not merely getting older. You are transforming. This transformation offers an opportunity to rest with intention, to nurture yourself with care, and to greet each new day with greater insight and serenity. Thank you for being with us today. We would appreciate your feedback. Please leave a comment below, sharing something new you learned and your plans to implement it in your life. Your insights matter to us, so feel free to express them. We gain significant motivation and encouragement from reading your comments. If you found this video enjoyable and beneficial, kindly like, subscribe, and share it. Your support enables us to keep producing quality content aimed at informing and inspiring you. Thank you for watching, and we anticipate your presence in our next video.